Right. I think I'm going to be doing some work on this trailer today, because we have the builders next door and they're driving me around a bend with the noise they're making. So I'll come out and do some work. So I'll show you how I do it basically. I mean, I've took some angle, I've already started, you can see I've cut it all down and shaped it. Needs trimming lengthwise, I think, it's a bit long, but I'll look at that in a minute. Next step is I've actually got to get some, I could screw it straight on, but what I like to do is make some spaces, especially for the front bit, so the plate has got something to secure to. So I'm going to use a bit of this beefy alley stock. What is it? What's that? 30 by 10. Yep, 30 by 10. Well, I worked out my measurements. I need lengths of 66 mil. So I'm going to do 2, 3, maybe 3 or 4. So there'll be one at the front, one about here, so have a nice big plate, then a couple at the back, midway, and one at the back maybe. So right, I'm going to get the bandsaw on that out and we'll cut them. What I like to do is cut them a little bit big, because the trouble with a bandsaw, it will never give you a straight cut, not on something that size. Just take your time, use plenty of cutting fluid, cut them a bit big, strap them all together in a vise, and then file them level. Then you know they're all the same size. Pretty much level that side. Keep them over without disturbing them. And complete the process. Nicely. Right, put these back and we'll go back and slide for a bit. Right, so we now have the ports. So let's get that masking tape off and give them a bit of a wipe down because they're still got the K fluid on them, which is not very nice. Let's grab a bit of don't throw away your old tea towels, they always come in handy. Well, you can throw them away, don't let your wife throw them away. Or your girlfriend or your mother or whoever's got them. Buy some cheap ones. They're always very handy. Then when they're full of crap, then you can throw them away. Right, so hopefully we should have 4 the same size, or as near damn it the same size, because it ain't going to really matter that it's got to be within a foul of an inch and all that crap, as long as they're close. And seeing as they was all taped together and filed, they should be pretty damn close. Big noisy light, which is acting as my camera tripod actually. Right, well I would say they're pretty damn close. Now let's see if my measurements was right. They do for the outside, I'm not sure about the bloody inside though. The inside's a bit, the outside's fine. But I'm not convinced about the outside. The inside, there's a big gap between that and that. But so they must have been on the other chassis rails, the normal chassis rails. They're the right size. They can't, oh, perhaps they go on an angle. Don't look right. It looks really weird, but unless I put, don't really want to be coming out with something bulky that's going to have to screw all the way through, if you get my drift, because that also will make it weaker. Unless it literally does go all the way through, but I could do that I guess. Hold on a minute, I'll be back in a second. Let me try something. Right, what I've come up with is this longer bar, just steering bar, connection bar or something. But it's too long and it ain't threading enough. So we need to thread it more and then trim it down afterwards. So, because I'm a lazy bugger, we do a little cheat. Right, M3 die, bar-end drill. So fairly soft, so there shouldn't be any problem. That's me eased off, that's not the drill. Don't want to go too mad. But I think you can see it's working. Right, that should be enough for that side. Try it, shall we? Oh, let's grab something to hurt instead of my fingers. Yep, that will do the job nicely. Right, do the other side. I'll show you why I'm putting so much thread on it in a minute. There is method to my madness. Just be careful with a chuck this side because you don't want to damage all that thread you've just put on it. I'm getting pinged by Mr. Thurston. I might have to pause this while I listen to his message. Because I know he's working on a gearbox and he might have the ump. And if he's got the ump, there'll be a few swear words. as there usually is. And who can blame him? I'll be back in a sec. Right, what I've come up with is I've threaded the bar all the way through, put a nylock nut on either side, and then one on the outside, and then I should trim the excess off. Suspension seems to work nice, does the job. It's loose because the bolts ain't done up, but and it's adjustable, very easily adjustable. I think that's going to do the job, and I think I'll do the other two. So I'll get the other twos done and then I'll show you a bit more. I need to do these, drill and tap these blocks first, so get them in, especially the front two. Right, I'm back. I've jumped ahead a couple of stages. I've fitted the blocks, I've fitted the front one, I'm fitting the second one. There's probably an easier way of doing this because I could have done it all and then put them together, but because I try and do 6 things at once, then it's going together like this. threaded the bars. Now I've got to play with my nuts. That is Mr. Thurston having his own problems with a man in his shed.
Technically, yes.
I'm not saying no more than that.
Well, I'm going to stick my other box in there and see what happens.
What, in the man in the shed?
That's the one.
That doesn't sound good, you know. You're putting a box in a man in a shed.
It is. It's going to raise a lot of questions, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not a good sound. Sound.
I'll try my best not to, what is it they call it? Cuss, swear, whatever. But if I do, you just have to beep it in.
Well, if this gives me any more grief, I'll have to do a lot of beeping.
I'm going to put the case back on. I'm just going to...
Scratch building is so easy, don't you know?
So I've been told.
Yeah, so I've been told a number of times. Clearly by twats that have never done it.
I just poked myself in the hole.
I didn't feel a thing.
Oh, I felt all of it. Yeah.
Right. Why do I make these jobs so hard?
Alright. Testing yourself, maybe?
Yeah, but it must be, I could have put these together and then put it in one side and then put it and then put the other side on and do one nut up rather than trying to thread 6 nuts through. Which actually, if I undo that, I think that's what I'm going to do actually.
I was just trying to be cocky and stick the gearbox in without the case in. For time, but of course, you can't do that because you can't screw it in without the case in.
Well, no, because the casing is what holds it to the chassis.
I ain't putting all the screws in, I know that. Isn't it nice when you got loads of spares? You just pick up another gearbox and put it in.
What, spare trucks? Yeah, I've got loads of spare trucks.
Yeah. Well, you often say you've got a problem.
I've got a serious problem. But there are some people out there who would like my problem. And sometimes I think they're welcome to it.
I have a problem at 5 days a week. It's called employment.
Yeah, it's called idiots at work. You're lucky, I get that 7 days a week. Even when I ain't there, I get bothered.
Oh yeah. Well, the role you do, I won't accept that role. When I leave that building, I have nothing to do with it until the following morning. And even then, I'm only listening with half an ear roll.
I went to get my vaccine today because I'm an old man, as you know. And even while I was on the way there, I was getting phone calls from work. Oh, there's a problem. Oh, deal with it.
Did they?
I don't know, because I turned the phone off. Right. I don't know. I probably won't turn it back on until Monday now, so I won't know till Monday. When I turn up for work and it's not there, just burned down.
They said to me years ago, they said that you've got to keep your phone on because it's a 24-hour business. I said, no it ain't, you know the job I do, it's not a 24-hour business. You don't need to get hold of me outside of work.
Yeah, but when I was at my last job, I was going to say I had a row with the manager. I had quite a few rows with the manager. But one of them he was saying about he wanted my mobile phone number, and I said you can't have it. what if we need to contact you in an emergency? I said, then you've got my house number. And what if you're not in? I said, then I'll be out. He went, yeah, but if it's an emergency, I said, well, what can the emergency be that you will need to contact me outside of working hours? I said, the only emergency I can see where you would phone me or anything else is to let me know that someone's died. And seeing as it won't be me, because I won't be at work, I couldn't give a shit until I go back into work. And you could tell me then. Oh, well, like before when we had problem with the fuel, I said, then you're the manager, you get off of your arse and you go in and sort it out. Well, no, it's not he don't like doing it. People like him, it's not a question of liking to do it. They can't do it because they ain't got the intelligence. They don't know how to do it. That's the problem.
Well, my father said years ago, age and experience will always be ignored over a job title.
Yes.
Ain't it just the truth?
Unfortunately, it is.
I've had people telling me, oh, you've made that way, have you? Yeah, why? 'Cause that's how I've been doing it for the past 11 years. Well, I would have done it the other way. What come out and do it then? I'm more than happy to sit here on the stool watching you, and then when you made a mistake, I was going to use another word then, I'll laugh in your face and then redo it for you, John. And then you point out the reasons why it won't work the way they've done it, and, well, that's an argument in itself, isn't it?
No, what I always like, and I love to hear it, is if I was you, I'd have done it this way. Well, no, if you was me, you'd have done it the way I done it, you dickhead. If you was you, you'd have done it differently.
Or if I was you, I'd do it a different way.
Well, go and go, jog on and do it a different way then.
Off you go, pothead. This gearbox is becoming a...
Yeah, I keep dropping me nuts. Kinky. I'm not the man. I'm not the person with a man in a shed.
I'm not a man in the shed, and I'm manhandling the man.
I am a man in the shed. I'm not. I haven't got a man in the shed.
In a minute, the man's going to find out how hard I can hit someone. Because he's... Why does everything always come out easy? You know, you try and put it back in. It's always got a... Yeah, you know what I mean, don't you? I think that's the problem is I'm old and I'm blind and I can't see anything. I can't see what I'm looking at.
Well, you're only blind in one eye. You just can't see out the other one.
That's the one. Why did I have that in there before? Why am I going in the same way now? My goodness. Right, lift on. There we go. Right. Let's get that in yonder. And then bring that back down again.
But you don't expect to be taking a gearbox in and out.
I expect it to work.
Well, as you keep saying to me, I shall now say back to you, well, if you bought an house up here and you was round the corner, you could have fitted this one.
Well, I could have done, but if you bought eggs down here instead of up there, you could nip round with it. There is no way on this earth I could live where you live, because if it took me that long to do 12 miles, something would happen, and it wouldn't be a good happening. I'm saying, there is no way.
Don't know what the problem is. What else you got to do with your time? Nothing like sitting in traffic all day. brilliant.
I complain because it takes me 25 minutes to do what, 12 miles? There or thereabouts. If it took me 45 minutes to do 12 miles, there would be a lot of swearing. That's just ridiculous.
Well, the last couple of, what, all last week it was taking me about half hour.
Oh, don't do that. Have they closed the open a new road up somewhere?
No, I just think, I don't know what it is. It just seemed less traffic for some reason, but it won't last.
Never lasts.
What am I
Someone there to
doing?
give you away. Always. Gotta be someone. Oh, that bloody cable has gone down in the way again. It really is becoming a pain in the... Oh. Get up there. Oh, I rub it in. That was my excitement laugh. And that was caused by Coca-Cola. Oh, you still video?
Apparently.
Oh, everyone do it there.
I'm sure they've heard it before.
They probably have from me anyway.
Well, it's usually the other end with you, actually.
Yes. Nothing funnier than a fart.
Yeah, I work with quite a few of them. It's funny up until it's the point where you can't stand your own. It's not funny then.
I don't think that's ever happened to me yet.
Oh, it's happened to me.
Not yet, anyway. Give it a chance, it probably will. Oh. There we go. Get in later. Yeah. Right.
Don't you mean? Right!
Right.
There you go.
Gearbox screws on. Of course. It doesn't matter how many logs you got on a subject, you still can't see them. Oh, the beauty of a sliding fifth wheel, you just get it out the way. According to some people, you don't need a sliding fifth wheel.
Nope, waste of
I
money.
have three. I have what I want. Right!
Yeah, well that goes with, that's the same thing, isn't it? If I was you, I'd have done it a different way. Or if I was you, I wouldn't have put that on there. If I was you, I'd mind your own business.
I've got me through. Okay. Normally the fashion, you drop 3 or 4 before you get one in the hole. Oh, what? Dropped it again. I'm getting good at this dropping. Go on, do it again, I dare you. Go on, fall on the floor.
Oh,
Right. The M again has a different gearbox in, and if it still clogs, therefore it can't be the gearbox. And I have been about with this all day.
and I've just found a flaw in the plan of what I'm doing. And the flaw is, I'm doing it by eye. And I'm blind.
Yeah, that's a definite flaw.
Yes, I can't be asked to measure. Why measure when you can guess?
Measuring's for intelligent people.
That's probably why I never do it. Oh, you're saying about spares, I have got no nylock nuts.
I don't believe you. You've got at least 3 of everything.
No, I've got loads of other nuts. I have, what's there? 2, 4, there's 6 nylock nuts there, and I need another 2, 4, 8. What do I need? I need another 2, 4, 6, 7. I need 7 and I've got 6. That's not good.
And you roll it off some. Oh, they started up again. Little clunkers.
Now you won't believe they're in an house. I'm down the bottom of the garden in a shed.
And they're still making.
And you can still hear it like they're next door.
You know, some people are like, well, things have to be done. Whatever. But the people don't understand the noise you've got to put up with sometimes. I don't know what. Better if I found it, never mind, call off the search, I found it. Maybe the other neighbour's going round banging his head on the floor.
Well, I don't know what it sounds like there. I don't know what it sounds like on the camera. But all it sounds like is he's lumping a bit of wood. Don't even sound like he's banging a nail in or nothing. It just literally sounds like he's eating a lump of wood.
Maybe it's his hobby. He gets bored. No! I've got wheel spin marks on my new cutting mat. Oh. Never mind.
Tim's got skid marks on his cutting.
I have.
Oh, that wasn't a pretty picture in my head. This video is going to be even more boring than the one last week.
I like the one last week. You see, if you make YouTube videos, I don't have to. You got more variety to show people. I've got the same lorry going up the same bit of garden every time.
Oh, show your booba. I bought myself an awning.
No, you sent me the pictures.
Oh no, sorry, I tell a lie, I'll rephrase that. I bought myself 2 awnings. Because I need to have 3. Because apparently I have to have 3 of everything. So I bought a second-hand one. Because I thought new ones are too dear now and I'm not paying that sort of money. Yeah, rip off. But I saw one, funny enough, what was it called? Hertz RC Models. Didn't even know they exist. Not that far from here. Well, I say not that far, probably about 12, 15 miles.
That's a long way. At 12, 15 miles.
Well, I certainly won't walk there. But
I wouldn't walk anywhere. I still think it's an insult. But I've actually got to walk from the front door to the car.
But, and because of COVID, they're not open, so it's not like I can go and pick it up. But, new Hornet, last week when I looked, I told you, didn't I? The cheapest I could find was £175. And I said there is no way on earth I'm paying that for an Hornet, seeing as they've been about £110 for the last 30 years.
Yeah.
And this place, Hertz models, Hertz RC models, yeah. £114 posted.
Perfecto.
The only thing I didn't understand, that didn't make any sense to me at all, is I had a look on their website, because usually all these places is cheaper off the website than it is off of eBay.
Yeah.
Well, it was still £114 on their website.
I've noticed a lot of stuff's gone up, but a lot of stuff I've noticed with certain places, like I said, you have gone up, but they've had the stuff in stock. But then they're putting it up for a certain reason, which to me ain't valid, because they've had the stock for the past 2 years.
Exactly. It's just robbery. It's just... They're just saying, oh, we can make a quick extra money here.
Yeah. So I was looking up for a flatbed, wasn't I? I was
yeah.
going to get one to go behind the man. They want 200 quid. If I'm not paying 200 quid, I'm certain I paid £100 for mine. Alright, it was 11 years ago. But that's a big bit of inflation in my book.
I'm pretty sure the last one I bought, which would have been
the railway lorry.
To go on the back of the Foden. I'm sure that was about 140 quid.
Yeah. Now they're £200.
And that was only what, a couple of years ago?
Yeah.
3 years ago maybe? It wasn't that long ago.
Well, I would like that RC four-wheel drive low loader, but £1,023 in 99p. And the reviews I've watched on it, one bloke said, oh, you've got to be careful with the side bits, they're flimsy. For that much money, it better not be. And the wooden bit ain't wooden, apparently it's made from a resin.
Yeah, no, that's no good. That's no good.
I may make a noise, I'll turn the thing down on the lorry, but I ain't going to spin up the wheels and see what happens. Ain't that working? I've got the wrong setting. There we go. Come on, do your beat, hurry up. It's alive! Let's see if it drives.
Sounds like it's binding somewhere.
Yeah, it's not properly in gear yet. I just need to hold it with my finger, I reckon. It's because American gearbox is slightly different to the Euro one because of that support thing. And it does make a little bit of a difference. I need 50 hands then. Right, I need to borrow me fabric. Hang on, wait a sec.
I'll be back in a sec. You are live on Channel 4. Please do not swear. Ooh. That one's a bit loose. One's tight, one's loose. Where have I heard that before? Oh, I was telling you, wasn't I? Hornets.
Yeah.
Yeah, £114. I thought that's a bit cheap, isn't it? So I bought it. I'll stick it up in the loft with the office. Do you know, I forgot, I was up there the other day sorting out the bloody heating. I forgot, I've got a Lancia Delta and an 037 up there.
Of course you have.
Unbuilt. Still sealed in the box. Still sealed in its box.
Sealed away.
Well, I ain't got nowhere to put them, so no point building them. Right, that one's there, that one's there, that one's there, that one's there. Right. Welcome back, viewer. Right, as you can see, I fitted all the axles, which that one looks like it's tilted back slightly, but I can live with that. It's only the airbags. They kind of move. So that's the chassis bit done. That to be the chassis bit. I just need to do the bed. Although I do need to trim off these studded bars that I made, because I thought, you know, I thought I had some 3mm studding.
Yeah.
I've got some 2mm. Why I've got 2mm I don't know, but I've got 2mm. I thought I had 3mm, but I can't find it anywhere.
Pixies.
So I made some out of some steering tie rods. I just threaded them all the way down.
Yeah, you dyed it.
I dyed it, I did. I dyed it and I cheated because I put it in a mould grips and I put the threaded rod in the drill and just
Yeah. Well, whiz it on down.
and it done the job.
Job the good one.
Done the job nicely, because now I've got 3 on that trailer, but I'm still puzzled to why it didn't fit when they come off of a trailer, when they clearly fitted on that trailer. Another thing to puzzle me.
Witchcraft.
Just something else that's going to puzzle me.
Well, this gearbox is puzzled me.
Like your gearbox, yeah, your gearbox is puzzling me as well.
I still can't, I haven't actually, I'm going to change the actual shaft with the springs on it, because it's the only thing left.
Well, it don't make any sense. Makes no sense whatsoever. Makes no sense at all.
I mean, I'm looking at it now, these bits, and there's just nothing wrong with them. The only thing it can be is that, maybe. Well, so we've put the Nightwolf gearbox in and it runs absolutely fine, but these bits lock together perfectly. So.
Right, viewers, what we should tell you, because you don't know obviously, is Tim's man, sexy man, is, when he used it last week, was fine. If you go on,
3 or 4 weeks ago we used it.
was it 3 or 4 weeks ago?
Yeah, when I done I've done loads of dirt and rock.
Well, anyway, alright, I'll rephrase it. The last time he used it, it was fine. There was nothing wrong with it. Then he used it today and it kept jumping in first gear. Almost like as if your clutch is slipping or jumping, but there ain't a clutch, so it couldn't be that. So he took it out, had a look, couldn't find anything wrong, put it back, and it done it again. Took it out, put a different gearbox on, an old gearbox, used gearbox, and it worked perfect. So there's definitely something wrong with the gearbox. The truck is only 4 months old.
October? Yeah, I got it in October.
5 months old. 5 months old. So it can't be worn out. It's got to be something in the gearbox, but can't find out what. So it's a puzzlement, but it's weird because it only does it in first gear going forward. It's fine in the other gears, and it's fine in first gear in reverse, which is the bit that's puzzling me, because first gear is first gear, whether you're going forward or backwards. But this hobby is meant to try us, and it quite often does.
It is today. It nearly got framed.
Right, so I think I am where I'm at. I need to just drill and tap them two in, and then that is pretty much as I could do with this until I do the plate for the pin and the bed.